Hi, my name is Diana, the Dummy Cook, and today we're going to talk about Cookidoo 3.0. We've been waiting for this one. We can finally customize our own recipes. Now, this tutorial is going to be just about that feature. If you don't know Cookidoo, please go into my channel and find the basic tutorial, and then come back here and learn about this new feature. Okay, so why would you want to customize a recipe? Well, I thought of 5 reasons. You can think of many more, right? Okay. One reason, you want to add or remove an ingredient. Second reason, you want to change the size of a recipe. You know, sometimes you're just a couple and you don't want to eat the same thing all week. So instead of doing a 4-portion, 6 or 8-portion meal, you want to edit the recipe in order to make a 2-people meal. Another reason I can think of will be to mix 2 meals. You want to have the soup being done here while you're steaming the vegetables on top. There are a lot of recipes like that, but also there are a lot of simple separate recipes in Cookidoo, and maybe you want to mix those. So here's your chance. You can edit the recipe and turn it into a multi-level recipe. Another reason, fourth now, yes, will be to translate a recipe. Cookidoo has more than 60,000 recipes in it, and many of them are in many different languages, obviously. So in my case, I want to do a pasta, but I want to do it the Italian way, because I'm sure they know their pasta, right? So I'm going to look for it in Italian, and then I'm going to use the Google Translate, and I'm going to save the template in English. So now I'll be able to do pasta the Italian way. And then the 5th reason I can think of, which for a lot of people will be the first reason, is to create your own recipe. Maybe it's grandma's recipe that you want to create for Thermomix. Or maybe you're really good at cooking and you have all these ideas that you want to put into Thermomix version recipes and store them here. So let's see how we will do that. Okay, so here we are, and we're going to go to My Recipes. And here we have a new tab. It's called Created Recipes. So we're going to click on it, and right now it's empty. So we have 2 ways of adding recipes here. One will be to click on this plus sign, and when you click on it, you have Create Recipe. That will be create your own from scratch. Or you can import a recipe. If I click here, there's a space here for a URL. You can copy the URL from the recipe and Cookidoo and put it here. Or there are some communities out there, I know that in Australia they have them, where they have recipes as well. And some of those, it works. You put the URL here, and then it will save the template for you. But in my case, I'm going to close this, and I'm actually gonna go the other way. Instead of hitting the plus sign here, I'm gonna go to the actual recipe, because there's another way to do it from it. So I'm going to my bookmarks, and I have here the pumpkin mashed potatoes. I'm gonna click on it, and in the button that says Add, we have a new option that says Add to Created Recipes. So when you click here, it just copies the whole recipe, the template, and it puts it into a version that you can edit. Okay. So the first thing, you do want to put a name that is different, because when you add this recipe to, let's say, your week and you see it in the calendar, you want to know that it's yours and not the one from Thermomix, right? So in this case, even if it's just something as simple as saying my pumpkin mashed potatoes, right? Just do something. And then you can also change the picture. I put a picture here. It's not as good as the one they have, but you know, gotta do something. And you can crop it, blah, blah. Okay, so here we are. We change the picture, and then let's see what else we want to change. Well, in this case, all I want to do is remove the bacon. Not that I don't like it, but sometimes I just want to do like a quicker recipe and just have the pumpkin mashed potato. So let me do this option. The devices that you can use are still the TM5 and TM6. I don't know why that was not checked. And then for the preparation time, it says 30 minutes. And I could say that now, because I'm going to take the bacon part off, it's going to be just 20. Same thing with the total time. It thinks that it's going to be 50 minutes, but that's because there's some baking in it. I don't want that. I'm just doing the quick version. Okay. So in the ingredients, I'm going to edit, and I'm going to remove just the bacon. Very easy, right? And then in the steps, I know that the bacon is up here where it puts it in the oven. So I'm going to delete this step. And then there's one step at the end that says, and add the bacon, right? The one that you had ready. So we're going to remove that part. And here, we're also going to remove garnish with no bacon. All right, that was it. Confirm and done. So you see, we just created my pumpkin mashed potatoes, just removing the bacon. That was removing one ingredient. Okay, and now let's see how this looks in the Thermomix, because there's a little change. Okay, so now if we go to my recipes, I have here created recipes. That was not there before, right? So we click on it, and I only have one. This one. So we click. And as you see, it's highlighted in yellow in the bottom. It says that it was imported from the Dummy Cook. And it says my pumpkin mashed potatoes. It's telling you that it's not the one in Thermomix. But if you look on the bottom, everything looks the same, right? You still have the ingredients here. You still have the steps there if you want to look at them. Here, still the same, just here telling you that it's your recipe. Okay, so when we start cooking, it's also going to remind you that it's your recipe, okay? We got it. It's not the Thermomix one, at your own risk. And then we go and we see all the steps together. So you see that it's saying, place the shallots and the garlic and the butter. So instead of telling you the shallot in this measurement and then the garlic and this much, instead of going one by one, this step is all together here. And you see that these two things are in green. Well, one of them is for the ingredients. So what it's doing is listing the ingredients there and giving you the scale. So you can add each thing and then tear it again, add another, tear it again. Okay, so you will be doing 2 ounces of shallots in pieces. So it's still telling you. And then you add it and obviously tear it first. I was touching it. Tear it. There we go. So 2 ounces of shallots, and then tear it again, and then 2 garlic cloves. Okay, go 1 ounce of butter. And when you're done, then you will just close this page. Now, the other thing that is in green is the actions that the Thermomix is going to make. So in this case, it's going to do 3 seconds and no temperature, and it's asking you to turn the speed selector to 5. So it's still recorded. It's just that you have to go to that page. Okay? All right, and we close it, and here we go. We go to the next step. Here we go again. Both things are in green because both things are going to be needed. Always start with ingredients first. You're reading the instructions. So add the potato stock. So here we go. Potato stock and this and that. So you're adding all of those things. And then when you're done adding them, then you click on the action and you do what it's asking you to do. Okay? 20 minutes. Alrighty, and then you keep going and so on. It makes sense, right? Okay. So now let's look at something else here. If we wanted to make those steps a little shorter, we can. So we will come here to the recipe that we created and we can edit it again. So we click here on this little pen and we could just go here and say, okay, place shallots and the butter and then chop. So imagine that you want to chop later. So we're going to edit the steps and we say, let's take the end. And as we're here, we say shift and enter, and it creates another step. So now you're gonna see that in the Thermomix in a separate block, okay? So I'm going to confirm, and done. Okay, let's see it. So we go again. My recipes, created recipes. And here we go. So now we only have place shallots, garlic, and one. And you see how this shows? Now we only need the ingredients. There's no action from the Thermomix, not in this step. So you open here and you say, oh, here we have, like we before. Oops, let's stir it. I keep touching it. Okay, so 2 ounces of shallots and the garlic and the butter. And then when you close this, then you see there's no action. Like there's nothing here going on. You just cannot do that. You just keep going. And here is the next part. And then chop it, right? So we just split it in 2. So it's up to you if you want to keep them in big blocks or if you want to split them. Okay, well, let's see another example here in the computer. So we're going to go to my recipes. And in this case, I'm going to edit this ice cream. So this ice cream recipe, I like it a lot, but it makes you do the vanilla, the strawberry, and the chocolate. And I don't want to do the 3 all at once. Sometimes I just want chocolate. So I want to split it into 3 different ones. I'll do that later. Right now, I'll only get one. And not only that, I'm going to change the chocolate for turron. That's a flavor that is very typical in Spain, but I can't find it here. So I bought the nut bar and I substitute the chocolate for the turron. And that way I get to have my turron ice cream. So let's do that one. I'm going to click add and add to created recipes like we said before, right? And I'm going to change the title to to run ice cream. I think I have to confirm. Okay. And I'm going to change the image. And this one, as a joke, I took a picture with myself because it doesn't get any more customized than putting your face in it, right? So this is just for you to see that you could put, I don't know, grandma's picture holding the thing that she's always been making that everybody wants to make. If you cannot do that anymore, you can still put her picture, right? Okay, so crop, and the image is going to change. While it's doing that, I'm going to change the time because obviously it's going to take much less to do just one ice cream than 3. So yeah, and it says that it's going to be this long because you have to freeze it before you eat it. And then it's going to be 8 portions. Yeah, pretty much. Okay, so let's see. Because these ingredients are for 3 ice creams, I need to split them. So let's put this one, it's going to be 8. Whipping cream, the vanilla, the extract I do need because all of them get 1 teaspoon. Then the condensed milk, I'm just going to put 7 here. And then I don't need the strawberries and I don't need the chocolate chips. Instead, I'm going to delete this one. Instead, I need 2 ounces of turron. I could have just changed the chocolate for turron. Okay, so I got the ingredients. And now let's see. The first step was to make the vanilla. So I'm going to get rid of these 2. And the next ones were to making the strawberry ice cream all the way to this one. So that's out. Now here, I'm going to substitute the word chocolate for the turron. So I get rid of that and I click here for ingredients. And the ones that I have there loaded are in my options. And you want to see that the item ends up being highlighted because that's how you know that it's going to show up in the Thermomix. So this one is highlighted and then I don't want to change the settings. If I wanted to, I can click on it. And here you have the minutes and the temperature or the speed. And if you click here, you have all the speeds in there and the versions, like reverse or not. So it's up to you. When you're creating your own, you can play with that, right? And then we're going to do the whipping cream, everything is the same. Actually, no, the turron I don't need to melt. So I'm going to get rid of this part and just say, place it into the mixing bowl because the chocolate I have to melt, but the turron I don't. Okay, so then that's the same. Pour chocolate mixture, let's call turron mixture, right? And serve frozen. Okay, I got it. Now confirm and done. Look at that! I have my turron ice cream with my picture on it. Okay, so, and I guess that when I go here, that's gonna be fun. I've never seen my picture in my recipes, created recipes, just for fun, okay? Because you can see yours, not that weird trying to see my picture everywhere. Okay, let's see. Oh my gosh, that's funny. Okay, so you see, that could be grandma. Isn't that a cool idea? Okay, so the next reason why you will edit one will be the translating. Let's do that one. Okay, so we're going to explore and I'm going to look for pasta, but in my filters, I don't have Italian. I only have, where are my languages? Here, English and Spanish, but I'm gonna add Italian because now I'm gonna get many more results. I got 7,000 for pasta. I'm just gonna get the first one because I don't care. I just wanna play with it, right? We're going to click here, add, and add to created recipes. And here it is, and it's still in Italian, but I have an option here because my computer knows that Italian is not one of my saved languages, and it says Google Translate to English. So I'm gonna click here, English, and look at what's gonna happen. Oh, it's in English. All right, the only thing that doesn't translate is the title, but that's fine because we were gonna change it, right? So we're gonna call it pasta, I don't know, you can say Italian pasta. Okay, I mean, get it more creative than that, but sure. Okay, I don't have an image for that right now, but here we have all the steps waiting for us. Isn't that cool? All right, so that was done. Oh my gosh, that was fast. Good. We have 3 so far. So the next one, mixing in levels. You can do that. You know, find a soup that you like or something that is boiling here, so the steam is going up, and then put another one that will be steaming vegetables or salmon. I don't know, like still, you know what you're doing. I'm the dummy cook. I don't cook, so I can't give you that advice. But pretty much, if you want to combine a few recipes, I'm sure you can. And then we have the create my own. Same thing here. I'm the dummy cook. I'm not going to do a good one, but we're going to play with it, okay? So just bear with me. Let's go to the plus sign in this case, because I'm not copying a template. And this time we say create recipe from scratch. So we're going to give it a title, and it's my recipe, because I don't even know what we're doing. Okay, create. And as you click create, again, you have the title, you have the image, you have the devices, how long it's gonna be, how long the total time, how many portions. I don't know, let's just go to the ingredients. And by the way, you also have tips and tricks, you know, that you always have in the recipes. Oh, if you want to substitute this for that, you can do it, and it's always there. So you can write whatever, or maybe the things that you're gonna need. Like for this one, you're gonna need this size pan or whatever it is that you want to write. Anyway, so in ingredients, 2 ounces of onion, and say okay. And then we're going to plus sign again and say, okay, 2 cloves of garlic. And we're gonna say okay. And then we're gonna say 8 ounces of chicken. I don't know, whatever. So that's what you need. And then in the preparation steps, we're gonna add the first step. And again, you have to describe it and say, add the, and now you have to copy the ingredient and say the onion, right? Because you want it to be highlighted. It needs to be pulled from the list that you created in the ingredients. So add the onion, there we go, and blah, blah, blah. And then let's do something. And I really don't know, okay? So let's say that we are doing 2 minutes, and we're gonna put temperature 150 and the speed 3. Again, I'm the dummy cook. I do not cook. This is not real. I'm just playing with it. Okay. So we click OK, and that's what it's going to do. And then you say you're okay with that step, and you add another step. Okay. So then you're like, mix in a bowl and cook it. Okay. So cook it. How? And we click here and we say 20 minutes and temperature this, and a speed, just removing it, right? Okay. So pretty much you get the idea. Then you confirm, you have a picture, finish it, you created your own recipe. Now, remember, you can only do 100 for now, and they're always going to be in that separate folder. They're not going to be mixed with your favorites or other recipes. So you have to remember that, you know, if you want that pumpkin mashed potatoes, it's not the one that you saved in favorites, but the one that is in created recipes. Okay, so I think we covered everything that I know so far. This feature came up 3 days ago. Wait for me to find out something new in a few days and be like, no, it's not in the video. But I think it covers most of it, or at least everything that I have learned. I hope it helps you understand it. And if you enjoyed this video, please like it here on YouTube, join my channel, and if you need to have a Thermomix in your life, then contact me. You have the information here, or you can also put comments in the YouTube link with features that you found or tricks that you have. That would be awesome for us to read. So thank you so much for watching The Dummy Cook.